Peppa Pig looks like the safest little world on Earth, until you realize this town is powered by one rabbit with unlimited jobs, multiple high-speed vehicles, and at least one character with straight-up horror vibes. Today we're counting down the 8 most dangerous characters, and every one of them has an on-screen moment to back it up. Grampy Rabbit. Grampy Rabbit seems like a harmless old bunny who lives alone and tells wild stories. But here's the thing, those stories might not be wild at all. Grampy Rabbit has a submarine made out of rubbish, a hovercraft, a jetpack, and even a lighthouse. And in the Golden Boots episode, he claims that
I've flown to the moon before.
And he has a rocket he built himself out of scrap metal. A rocket made of scrap metal that allegedly went to the moon. So where did he get the knowledge to build all this stuff? Some fans think he's a retired spy, others think he's a former military officer. But the most interesting theory? Grampy Rabbit is preparing for something big, and he's the only one who knows it's coming. He lives alone in the middle of nowhere. He's got enough vehicles and equipment to survive any disaster. He's got a rocket that could get him off the planet if needed. Grampy Rabbit isn't just eccentric, he's dangerous, because he's ready for anything, and no one else has a clue what he's preparing for. Mr. Wolf. Most animals in Peppa Pig are harmless. Mr. Wolf might be the exception. Sure, he's friendly, he waves, he cracks jokes, but there's something about him that feels a little too close to the big bad wolf from the fairy tales. In fact, Mr. Wolf loves referencing it. He uses the huff and puff line in the new house.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll...
Wendy Wolf's birthday, and
I'll huff and I'll puff.
And in the Clubhouse Adventure.
I'll huff and I'll puff.
In the new house episode, he looks Daddy Pig straight in the eye and says,
Thank you for building our house, Mr. Pig. What's it made of? Straw?
That's not a joke, that's a threat. And it gets weirder. In episode Wendy Wolf's birthday, the Wolf family howls together under the full moon. That's werewolf behavior. Add to that his constant grin, which never leaves his face, and you've got a character who might be one of the most dangerous predators in Peppa Town. But here's what makes him truly dangerous. He's patient, he drops hints, he makes jokes about blowing houses down, he watches the pig family with that permanent smile. Mr. Wolf isn't just a predator, he's a predator who's biding his time. The Pirate. Now here's a character most people have completely forgotten about. The Pirate. Wait, who? Exactly. The pirate appeared in a few episodes. Police station, police boat, and Mr. Bull digs up the river with his signature line.
Ahar, me hearty!
And then vanished. But here's the creepy part. The pirate is an actual human, one of a select few human characters in the entire show, with an orange beard, a hook for a hand, an eye patch, and his own pirate ship. And in Police Boat, he sails past the police with a treasure chest that's clearly stolen, and somehow talks his way out of being questioned. So where did he go? A real pirate shows up with stolen treasure, and then just vanishes. No arrest, no follow-up, no questions asked. And come on, pirates don't retire. They don't forget treasure, and they definitely don't stop taking things. So if stuff around Peppa Town ever seems to disappear, food, boxes, supplies, random objects, maybe it's not just an animation mistake, especially when there's one guy who always has exactly what everyone needs, runs a shop, drives a van full of things, and never explains where any of it came from. A pirate disappears, and Mr. Fox suddenly has everything for sale. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Mr. Fox? Foxes are known for being sly, cunning, and a little bit sneaky. And Mr. Fox, he might be the shadiest businessman in all of Peppa Town. On the surface, he seems helpful. He runs a shop, he sells things, but if you look closer at what he's actually selling, things get weird, really weird. In the Children's Fate episode, he takes everything from Emily Elephant's stall without paying, just walks up, loads it all into his van, and drives off. Poor Emily doesn't even get a single penny.
Mr. Fox took it away for nothing.
And then there's the rocks. In Grampy Rabbit in Space, Freddy Fox proudly announces,
My dad sells rocks in packs of 5.
Rocks in packs of 5. Who does that? Who packages rocks and sells them like it's a legitimate business? That's not a shop, that's a black market operation. But here's the really suspicious part. No matter what anyone needs, no matter how random or specific, Mr. Fox always has it, always. He shows up with the exact item at the exact moment someone needs it. Either he's got the world's best supply chain, or he's running deals out of the back of that van that nobody in Peppa Town fully understands. Maybe with a certain pirate? And let's not forget, foxes are predators. In the real world, they hunt rabbits, chickens, and yes, even small pigs. So while everyone's focused on Mr. Wolf, Mr. Fox is quietly operating the most dangerous business in town. Susie Sheep's dad. Here's where things start to get really dark. Susie Sheep is one of Peppa's best friends. We see her all the time. We know her mom, but her dad? He's never appeared, not once, in over 400 episodes. So where is he? Some fans think he's in prison, others think he's a spy working undercover. But the wildest fan theory, and the one that gets talked about the most, is that Susie's dad is dead, and he's now the narrator. Yes, that cheerful voice who describes everything. According to this theory, that's Susie Sheep's missing father, watching over his daughter from beyond the grave. It would explain why he knows everything that's about to happen, why he can describe rooms before anyone walks inside.
Mummy Sheep and Susie have come to pick up Peppa for playgroup.
Why he knows what characters are thinking before they say it.
George does not know that Susie has a pretend friend.
And if this theory is true, that would make him genuinely dangerous. He can see everything, he can be anywhere, and no one knows he's there. Mr. Lion? Mr. Lion runs the zoo. He smiles, waves, and lets the playgroup come visit like everything's perfectly safe. But here's the uncomfortable part. Nothing is actually stopping him from deciding not to play nice one day. He's a lion, an apex predator. In the real world, lions don't just run zoos. They are the danger zoos are built around. And yet in Peppa Pig, he's trusted with school trips, wandering children, and Madame Gazelle standing right in front of him. And then he starts joking. In the episode The Zoo, he casually calls Madame Gazelle Mrs. Wildebeest, then shrugs it off with,
Gazelle, wildebeest. For some reason, I always get those two mixed up.
Now, sure, mixing up names happens, but calling a gazelle a wildebeest, two animals lions famously eat, feels less like a mistake and more like a choice. Madame Gazelle corrects him.
My name is Madame Gazelle.
And Mr. Lion, without missing a beat, smiles and says,
Sorry, gazelle, wildebeest. For some reason, I always get those two mixed up.
Sure you do, mate. Absolutely no reason a lion might confuse two animals he'd normally see as lunch. And that's the problem. Mr. Lion seems to be gently reminding everyone of what he is. A predator, running a zoo, welcoming school trips, and making menu jokes about the teacher. If he isn't a dangerous character, we're not sure who is. Miss Rabbit. Fans joke she's basically the town's intelligence service because she's everywhere. She's not hiding. She's not lurking in the shadows. She's standing right in front of us everywhere we go, every single day. At first, she seemed totally normal, helpful, polite, hardworking, the kind of citizen every town would be lucky to have. But take a closer look and things get absolutely terrifying. In the world of Peppa Pig, Miss Rabbit is everywhere. She's a train driver, a helicopter pilot, a supermarket checkout worker, a librarian, a taxi driver, a school bus driver, a nurse, a firefighter, and even a gift shop owner on the moon. Yes, in the Golden Boots episode, she literally runs a shop on the moon.
I haven't had a customer on the moon for years and years.
But isn't she in Peppa Town every day? When asked about her many jobs, Miss Rabbit herself says,
Yes, that is just one of my many jobs.
So how does she do it? The most popular theory? She's a clone. There's an entire army of identical bunnies secretly working together, and there's actually evidence for this. In the America special, when Peppa sees another Miss Rabbit, there's this exchange.
It's another Miss Rabbit.
Yep, there's a lot of us around.
A lot of us about. She admits it herself. But whether she's a clone or just one incredibly busy rabbit, here's what makes her truly dangerous. She has access to everything. She's the taxi driver who knows where you're going, the checkout worker who sees what you're buying, the nurse who has your medical records, the librarian who knows what you're reading. She's embedded in every single aspect of life in Peppa Town. Miss Rabbit isn't just dangerous. She's in control of everything, and nobody even realizes it. Madame Gazelle. Madame Gazelle has been teaching at the playgroup for decades, and the more you notice about her, the more dangerous that fact starts to feel. In the time capsule episode, it's revealed she taught Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig, and all the other parents when they were kids.
Yes, I taught all of your mummies and daddies.
In the Madame Gazelle's leaving party episode, Mummy Pig even remarks,
Thinking about it, Madame Gazelle must be very old.
But the terrifying part, she doesn't look old at all. Some fans think she's a vampire, and there's actually evidence for this. In the Pumpkin Party episode, Susie shows up as a vampire, and Madame Gazelle sighs,
Ah, a vampire.
then adds,
That brings back memories of the old country.
and during this interaction, Madame Gazelle doesn't have a reflection in the mirror, just like a vampire. And if she's been teaching for generations without aging, what else has she been doing behind closed doors at that playgroup? She has access to every child in Peppa Town. She knows their routines, their families, their secrets. She's been in this position of power for decades. Madame Gazelle might seem sweet, but she's hiding something big. So which character on this list felt the most dangerous to you, and which moment made you pause like, wait, why is this in Peppa Pig? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more Peppa Pig theories, hidden details, and tiny weird moments the show probably didn't mean for anyone to overthink, check out the other videos on the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.